Hi everybody, it's Joel Bauer, co-founder of Skirmish Strategies and Business Leverage Expert. And today I'm asking you the question, are you ready to hire your first international virtual assistant? Before you answer, I'm gonna go through the 5 steps that ensure that you hire right the first time. The first step is get clear on what you and your business truly need. Now I use the word need on purpose. There's a lot of wants out there, things that it seems good to have or would be nice to have, but needs are things that will actually affect your life or affect your business, hopefully long term. If you're making decisions in your business that get you what you need to grow, then your business is going to grow. So first, I would make sure that my business has the activities in it that I would like an international VA to do that they can do today. I also want to make sure that I know what it is to manage, that I'm ready for those tasks of bringing on someone as an employee into my business, and I'm clear on the mindset switch of actually what it takes to hire someone successfully internationally and get them up to speed with my team and grow with us. That is an important thing. Now, if you're thinking, well, that's not what I want, I just wanted some work done, trust me, this is the right path. And the reason I'm saying that is because, yes, you can get some work done, but it's going to take you as much time to train someone to do one project as it would be to onboard someone as a member of your team. It is so affordable when you're looking at international VAs. I think at this time, most VAs can be hired, especially for a lot of tasks that I suggest you take off your plate, for less than $300 a month. Now, if you're doing that part-time, you're only getting 20 hours, that's $150. Now, if you can't afford that, you really need to go find out how you can, because the time that you're taking up doing all these things because you can't afford $150 will probably keep you in a place where you can't afford $150. You have to be able to get some of those things off your plate that don't really matter, don't add to the bottom line, but need to be done, but not by you, so that you can grow your business. Get clear on that mindset. Get ready to grow your business. Get ready to actually bring someone on as a team member. If you're a solopreneur and you're thinking, man, I didn't really want to hire anybody because it's just me and I like that, just think about really where you want to grow as a business and if it's ever going to be required. Because if it is, if the very next step is you got to get some support and you got to get help to grow your business, then you got to kind of make that jump. Maybe this is the big jump that you haven't made in your business that will get you there. Next, you have to create a complete job description. A job description to us has really a number of parts, but the core 2 that I'm going to go through is first the activities that I want them to do, not a laundry list of all the activities I can imagine them doing, but really if I'm thinking about it as a job description, these all fall into a similar category that if I gave them a title, that title would cover these activities. We're not looking for someone that does everything that we do. A, you're not going to find someone with a lot of talent to do it, but B, it's just really not where you want to go. You're not going to find someone very good, very talented at all of those things as you would saying, hey, this is the job description. These things actually help my business move forward. I'm going to get this person up, ready, dialed in on what they're doing so I can really trust the work I'm getting from them. Give me that breath, of just like relief that I don't have to do everything in my business. And then you can look to expand, maybe add another international VA or expand their skills if they're really talented and you haven't really gotten to the outer edges of what they can do. But in that job description, get clear on that role and just say the things that are in that role, because that's the only thing you're going to require from them at first. You can train them and ask them if they want to cross-train and help them get to levels where they'd be more useful for your business over time. That's fantastic. But in the job description, just the one job. That's where they're going to stay for a while. Second piece, your expectations for them. Now, this is a great place. People miss this all the time, but it's a great place to weed out just crap applicants. People who shouldn't be applying, that are just kind of throwing it against the wall to see if something sticks, and they're just applying to everyone. You put some statements like, hey, require someone that wants to be part of a team, wants to work hard, wants to build their skills and grow. This is the place to do it. That kind of paragraph for someone who really doesn't want to work that hard is like kryptonite. That will get them moving, running the other way, and make sure that you're not going through applicants that you don't want to waste your time even evaluating. Now, if we get to that place, we got a good, clear job description. Now, instead of just looking at the resumes, instead of just trying to set up an interview for them where you think you're going to guess if they're good at the work or can do the work, set up a test for them to complete. We actually, in most cases, will skip the interview entirely, and we will just look at the applicants and then give them a test that's around the activities we really want done. There is no better way to know if someone can do something than have them do it. So in this, just to give you a bit of an advanced tip here, when we're building that test, we pick 2 jobs that we know we need. These are the ones that are actually being hired for. No matter what, if they can do these, they have a chance at getting this job. Then we give them one more task. It's a task that is trying to say, hey, we'd really like to see them move in this direction. We don't quite know if they can get to this level of skill or ability, but let's try it out. Because now if I have 2 applicants, they both totally own the first part. And I said, hey, this is kind of a bonus piece. It's an advance. If you can do it, great. If you can't, don't worry about it. But we really would like to see it. If you do that, then you also know who's willing to step up and take challenges, right? You learn so much about them. But if they can do that extra piece, then that gives you a knowledge of where you can take them, where you can move them long term. As an example, because sometimes that's not as clear as it should be, but in our business, when we were hiring for someone who could originally curate information articles, if they could pull together articles that we knew our audience would like, and they could put it into a spreadsheet for us, then we could go quickly and see, oh, I like that, don't like that, don't like that. Now I know stuff that I can share with social media. Now, the second step that we had them do is actually put that into an automatic scheduler. So they were actually populating into the content into the scheduler that was going to send it out. We would do one last check, but that was great. That was the things we really required, and that would take lots of hours off our plate. And so that's what we wanted done. So the additional test, the piece that was one level higher, was, okay, well, I wonder if they are creating all this content, they're picking it out, they are the ones scheduling it, maybe they can actually manage by watching some of the interactions that are happening on social and be able to respond. So we wanted to test that too. We put together a list of common questions or comments we're getting from our audience and said, hey, write 1 or 2 responses to these. What would you naturally just write to them? That's just to see if they could respond, if they had their English was solid enough, if their writing skills were good, things that we would like. I mean, we were hiring someone more for data entry and kind of pulling content together. It wasn't really difficult, but now we're asking them to be front-facing. Yeah, that's a great bonus, but it wouldn't be something that I would require on the front end. I want to see if they can do this first. This is bonus. Now, if you get applicants back and none of them do that, that's actually sometimes common if we're way far afield from the original thing. Being someone who collects information is very different than someone being social with people and doing a good job at it. So just know that that might happen, but just that gives you some real understanding where you're going to take them. You get to see their work firsthand. You get to see how they interact with you. That's going to tell you way more than a job interview is going to tell you as far as their ability to do the work. Because it's not just any conversation, not answering your questions. It's, are they asking the right questions to move the project forward? Are they getting help when they need it? Are they pushing forward where they can? Are they adding additional value? Are they excited about the work? How responsive they are? There's a lot more that goes on when someone's actually performing a job than when someone is sitting down in front of an interview and know that they have to look a certain way. Next, plan time for training. Anybody that comes into my business is going to need some training. I don't care how talented they are. I don't care if they're the most amazing videographer on the planet. I need them to understand things about my company, about what I need, what my standards are, if they're going to be a long-term fit for my company. And that's the same for international VAs. I've got to give them time to understand the quality that I require, how I see my audience, what are some branding things that I take for granted because they're always in my head. I'm always trying to take care of my audience in a certain way. They don't know that. They don't know I made little decisions along the way as I was interacting and learning myself about what my standards are for everybody else in my company, for my partners, for everybody that I hire, and for my audience as a whole. They don't know those yet. I got to give them a chance to kind of learn those. If, like in that last example, they were picking content and some of the stuff is stuff I don't believe, it might be nice for me to go, hey, the pieces about this content, or maybe this is has too much of a political nature to it, and that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to get into a political battle. I'm trying to help people. I'm trying to get information out there that really allows them to grow their businesses. I don't really need this here. So take that out, and if I can instruct them in the next grouping of articles I get, it's not in there, great, they're learning, they're growing, they're becoming a more valuable part of my team, and that's what I want. Now, when great things happen in your business, the last step, and it is so crucial because it is forgotten, and it seems like people think that people are just gonna know, but you have to reward when they do something that you really appreciate. When there's a behavior that you know you need for your business, you have to give them some recognition. It doesn't have to be money, it doesn't have to be a gift. Sometimes just saying it, we forget. Use this with anybody you're interacting with in your business. If there is a partner or affiliate that you want to continue doing what they do, make sure that they know that it was amazing to you, that you really appreciated what they did and it meant a lot. For the international VAs, one of the easiest things we can do is we can give them bonuses. We pay in a 2-week period, and every once in a while, if they do something, we write them an email and say, hey, you did an absolute amazing job. I gave you a bonus. And then we include that in the next check. Because it's every 2 weeks, It happens pretty quick to when the event occurred, and we make it a big deal because we tell them exactly what it was. It wasn't, you did a really great job. No, it was really great that you stayed up past normal hours, like when we're not used to seeing you, to make sure this project happened because I let you know it was such an important deadline. Or when you were doing that project, you came back and suggested, hey, these would make it easier if we could do this, or this would make it better, this would look better to the audience. By doing those things, that's what I want. I want someone that really is inspired and excited about what they're doing and contributing more value. So if I reward that, I'll get more of it. And that person will grow with my business. And as my business grows, I get more of what I need done in my business. I get to take care of them. It becomes this amazing win-win all the way around because they perform so much better. So I don't have to worry about the part. I'm not so much worried about managing and if I'm keeping my team in line. It's more of let's keep everybody inspired and excited so I can go and do the pieces in my business that I really need to do that are going to allow it to grow today, that only I can do. So thank you so much for watching this video. I really want, if you're even on the fence a little bit about hiring an international VA, go out and do it. It's not a big investment, but it is such an amazing, rewarding experience, and it'll teach you so much about your business, about what it takes to really organize, what it takes to manage, what it takes to grow. And so I highly recommend it. If your business is ever going to need to hire people, go take the $150 and hire someone even for a month. Be honest with them up front. Let them know it's only a month because a lot of them do think it's an ongoing position. But try it for a month. Let them know ahead of time. Work out the kinks. Maybe you take a break next month and go, oh, I learned so much. Here's what would have made it better. Now, a month later, you can then go hire that person for reals and be ready to really do something important in your business. So thank you guys again so much. Hey everybody, it's Joel Bauer again, and I want to thank you so much for watching this video. If you learned something here or remembered something you should be doing in your business, or just really enjoyed watching, please click the subscribe now button below and become a member of our amazing community. Also, if you know someone that could benefit from this, either in their business or in their personal life, please share it with them. My mission for doing these videos was to help as many people as possible. I also want to let you know about our exclusive free video training, What They Don't Teach You About Outsourcing. If you're thinking about outsourcing, this is definitely something you need. This goes through the 3 biggest mistakes that are commonly made by entrepreneurs when outsourcing that can cost them time, energy, and money. Go click this video, skip over the mistakes that we made in our business, and just get right to it. Also, any of the links or any things that I mentioned are going to be in the comments below. So if you don't catch them here or the button's not working because you're on mobile, then just go to the comments below and you can find the links there. Thank you guys so much.